Hello, fellow ambassadors. My name is Kara Hester, and I am the head chair for the Local Employee Committee for the Capital Area SECC. With me today is Jessica Crabtree. Jessica is a Local Employee Committee member and works in the Financial Department of Health and Human Services Commission. Today we will be discussing how to complete the SECC Authorization form.
Although we encourage payroll deduction through Giving Nexus, we realize that not all state agencies are able to access the system. This form will be electronic and will be posted to the SECC website prior to the beginning of the campaign. This is the top portion of the authorization form. Here you will complete basic information for the donor. Be sure that all information is as complete as possible. If there are any questions regarding the donation, this information will be used to contact the donor. Here's an example of a completed top portion of the form. You will provide the employee information such as Mr., Ms., or Miss, or you can leave that area blank. The campaign area is capital area and the number is 22. The control number field is for the use of EarthShare staff, so please leave that blank. Provide the giver's last name, first name, middle initial if there is one, work phone, work email address, state agency and number such as Health and Human Services Commission, and 529 is the agency number. The next line is the department, unit, facility location where the employee works, the county where the employee works. Be sure to include the SECC coordinator's name and phone number. All of this information will be used to contact the giver if there are any questions. The second portion of the form is for payment. You may use this form for one-time payment, payroll deduction, or to designate event fundraisers. This can also be used for retiree givers who can use this form for a one-time donation.
This example shows payroll deduction. Remember that all payroll deductions must be signed and dated. The employee number is used to identify the employee for payroll purposes if needed. Be sure to double check the math. You will also use this portion for a one-time gift. Just mark the circle for one-time gift and fill out the total amount to be given. One-time gifts do not have to be signed, only the payroll donation. At this time, retirees cannot contribute through payroll deduction, but can submit a one-time gift donation.
This section is used to designate the donation amounts. Each charity has been assigned a 6-digit code. The first two numbers of the charity code corresponds with the federation. There are 3 columns. In each column, you may designate 3 charities within the same federation. Let's look at the example. Column 1, each charity begins with 54. The first 2 numbers must be the same in each column. You cannot mix the first 2 numbers in each column. Note, the first 2 numbers in each of the columns must be the same. Column 2, you will see it is 22. The first 2 numbers match as well. And as in column 3, the first 2 numbers match. There is also a minimum gift of $2 per charity. Make sure that the charity code is for the current campaign year and not one from past years. Although it might be the same charity, sometimes the codes may change. Be sure to double check the math. The subtotal of each column should match the total amount under the payment portion of the form.
This section is used if you want to have your gift acknowledged. If you don't, please leave it blank. Color in the circle and provide your mailing address or personal email address.
You can also use this form to submit funds for special events. At the top portion of the form, instead of the last name, you would place the name of your special event. On the first name area, you would place the department that sponsored the event. Use the work email address for the contact person, agency name and number in the facility location, and the name of the coordinator. On the payment options section for special events, you will mark the one-time payment option and enter the total amount. To designate your gift for events, be sure to follow the same process as you would with a regular donation. Remember that the first two numbers must be the same in each column, and you cannot mix the first two numbers in each column. Note that the first two numbers in each column, they must be the same, such as in column 2, or as if you need column 3 as well. The first two numbers must match. There is also a minimum gift of $2 per charity. Make sure that the charity code is the current campaign year and not one from past years. Although it might be the same charity, sometimes those codes do change. And remember to double check the math. The subtotal of each column should match the total under the payment on the form.
This last page provides detailed instructions in case you forget something. Remember, this is a voluntary donation campaign. Although the instructions refer to undesignated contributions, it's best and recommended that you designate the specific charity. Undesignated contributions are divided among all charities, which would provide a very small donation to each. Remember, your contribution is tax deductible, and you can keep a copy of this form for your records. Payment options. Be sure to mark if your contribution is a one-time gift or monthly payroll deduction in this section. Payment options. Be sure to mark if your contribution is a one-time gift or monthly payroll deduction in this section. If it's a payroll deduction, it must be signed, dated, and your employee ID number filled in the correct field. Double check your charity codes to ensure they are the current SECC codes. Sometimes they change from year to year. Make sure the first two digits match in each column. Be sure a minimum gift of $2 per charity is entered, and each group subtotal is totaled correctly. In this example, in the first column only, 3 charities are designated with the amounts of $2, $5, and $3, which should be $10 total. Finally, the total of all designated gift amounts, in this example, the ones that are circled at the bottom, $10, $8, and $2, equals $20. This needs to match either the total one-time gift or total monthly gift. Check your math.
For donor information, be sure the employee fills out the donor information section completely. The pledge form is a legal document, so use blue or black ink. For payroll deductions, the form must be signed. Pledges made by payroll deduction require their name, signature, employee ID, and a phone number. For payment information, be sure that the sum of the subtotals match the final donation on the form. Always check the math. Follow the instructions for how to handle money to turn in your donations. For acknowledgement, donors should retain a copy of the pledge form for their tax purposes. Payroll deductions are reported as part of the employee paycheck stubs. Donors who wish to receive an acknowledgement via mail must include their complete mailing address in the section of the pledge form. Donors who wish to receive acknowledgement via email must include their complete email address in the donor information section.
The effective date for all pledges is December 1st, 2021. You will see deductions on your January 1st, 2022 paycheck. Be sure to check for accuracy that all pledge forms must have at least one 6-digit code on them for the pledge designation. The minimum contribution per charitable group is $2. Be sure to check the math. Make sure all charity codes are 6 digits long.
If you need help, contact by phone 512-872-6658, or you can reach us by email at capital SECC, one word, at earthshare, one word, hyphen, texas.org. That was capital SECC altogether at earthshare altogether hyphen texas.org.